Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. It is already the end of July and thus time to talk about favorites. I don't even know where the month has gone. I feel like we were just celebrating the 4th of July. July is obviously my favorite month because it's a full month where I have nothing school focused to be thinking about. I can just kind of relax. I'm going to be telling you guys in an upcoming video where I show you what I got for my birthday and talking about my experience at adult summer camp, because to celebrate my 26th birthday in classic adult form, I went to summer camp, which was designed for adults, and it was really, really awesome. That's really been my high for the month, was that whole experience. It was just freaking cool and really just unique, a fun way to celebrate my birthday. But now let's talk about some of the things I have been loving this month. The first is an oldie but a goodie. It is my Body Shop Honeycomb Bronzer. I picked this up a while ago. I feel like it was a long time ago, and I've gone back and forth with loving it and falling out of love with it, and I'm back. I'm all about this. It is just a really subtle, probably you can barely see it on my fingers there. It's a really subtle bronzer. I have been feeling like in the summer, I want to be like a little bit bronzy, but also not be really heavy-handed, which is a really hard balance for me to strike. This allows me to find that balance. I can warm my face up a little bit, but not be so intense. I feel like this is like the $20 mark, which I don't mind paying, and I have been loving this brush to apply it with. This is the Vasanti. It's a blush brush, but I personally really love it for putting bronzer on my face. I get a little bit of product on here, and I can just really easily blend it into the hollows of my cheeks. It fits so nicely through here. I just really love it. It's also really soft. You guys know I wasn't a big fan of this when I first got it in my BoxyCharm on first impressions, but these two things together are just a dynamic duo, and I'm a really big fan of them. I'm really pleased to have been reconnected with this and to have discovered this month. Another product I've been loving is the Nivea A Kiss of Care in Color Sheer Pink Lip Care. I personally really like this packaging of lips, not lipsticks or lip glosses, of chapstick, because it makes it really easy to know how much I've used, and yes, I have a fixation with that. This is a really moisturizing and delightful lip balm. The color thing, it isn't really a factor to me. I'll put some on so you guys can see it. It's really insubstantial for color. I really like it for the moisturizing impact. I just put it on my lips. I mean, there's a little bit of color, but really it's just, I like it for the moisturizing impact. It really is super nice, and I've just been really loving it this month in particular. I have another lip product. What is happening? This is the Ulta Shiny Lip Gloss in the color Illusion. This is a really like soft, sort of salmon-y color with a little bit of shimmer on it. I really like the effect of this. I'm really surprised by it. I think that Ulta is a fly under the radar sort of cosmetics line. Mostly I think their stuff is overpriced, but it goes on sale a ton. So I would definitely explore their line because they do have a lot of great hits in it. In particular, I like their mascara, I like their primer, and I officially really like this. I also have the Ulta Contour Palette, which I really, really love. So that's a wide variety of products. Again, they go on sale really often, so it makes them a lot more reasonable. I would look into these super shiny lip glosses. I have some more brushes this month, and I am loving this set from EcoTools. I was in Ulta, and I am on the never-ending quest to find the perfect fluffy brush. I always see huge beauty gurus like Tati Westbrook or Jaclyn Hill, and they're using these like super super fluffy brushes to blend out product, and I'm always like, yeah, yes, like that's so beautiful, but I can never seem to find the perfect one, so I'm always on the hunt. So I was drawn to these for a couple of reasons. One, I bounce back and forth from Maine and Massachusetts a lot in the summer especially, and it's a pain in the butt packing all the brushes and having all these things and all these makeup bags. I have 4 brushes and 2 things I have to hold, which I really liked that aspect of it. I also really liked the 2 tops here. I loved this sort of what looks like potentially a nice fluffy crease brush, and then I loved the fluffiness of this like shadow brush, and these are stinking awesome. This is great for blending out. I'm still on the hunt for the perfect fluffy brush. I may have found it in a Morphe set I just bought, but this does the job really nicely for blending out the crease. This is great for packing on product onto your lid. This is great for lining. I have been really into lining my eyes with black shadow on top of using a felt tip liner. And then this puppy is really awesome for putting that pop of color, pop of highlight right by the brow bone. So I literally get the full eyeshadow look with 2 brushes. I feel like this was maybe $10, maybe not, maybe less than that. I really love EcoTools. I think EcoTools and e.l.f. are my dominant brushes that I use, but this set in particular is just awesome if you're somebody that doesn't want to have a lot of brushes, but you want to have brushes that can do a lot of multitasking. These are the perfect set for you. I would highly recommend it. And again, just happened to spot it at Ulta one day, and I've been loving them ever since. Another discovery I made in my own collection, when I was going through my hoarding closet, I came across this Too Cool for School Aqua Gel Mist. First off, how cute is the packaging? This came in a Mimi box, and I didn't really know what it was for, and I had just thrown it into my hoarding closet, and then I finally decided to Google it, and I basically realized that this is a makeup setting mist. It's meant to also be sort of like a lovely like fragrance mist to help cool off your face, but here's what's different about it. It is gel based. It probably won't really show that well on camera to you guys, but in here it is basically like a liquefied gel that they have put in here. This stuff is awesome. I've only been using this for a month, and I've made like a pretty healthy dent because, again, I spray it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and it is so light and refreshing. It really helps keep my makeup on. I think because it's a gel, it's doing a better job getting everything to stick and kind of look really good, but it doesn't feel like a gel. This stuff is really awesome. I don't know how much it normally is. I don't really know where I could find this, but I really like this better than even the L'Oreal Infallible makeup setting mist, and I was really on a kick with that for a long time. But this stuff is just phenomenal, and I'm so happy to have discovered it in my own collection. The last sort of makeup-y thing that I have is from my Too Faced Naked Eye palette. I have finally started playing with the color Lap Dance, and I am in love with it. I just think it's so funny. It took me so long. I was so like anti this color, but it is just a beautiful crease color. I have it in my crease today, and it's just the right amount of like purple and bronze and a little bit of plum, and it just looks really nice. I am not afraid of having shimmer all throughout my eyeball, and I just love the effect of this on my eye. I think that it's really easy to wear. I don't think it's too extreme or too dramatic of an eye look. This is definitely something that I would feel comfortable wearing to school when the school year resumes. So that has been an awesome discovery in this palette. And as you can see, I'm making some substantial progress, and I cannot wait to be making more progress in this shadow, but I've really just been loving that color. The next thing that I have is actually really random. It's a nightgown that I have been obsessed with for months, and I've wanted to put it into a favorites video before, but I always forget. I'm not gonna lie, this is a toothpaste stain on it, so please forgive me, but I know that we're friends so that we can share these things with each other, you know, toothpaste stained or not. This is the Jillian and O'Malley sleepwear. This is what it looks like. This is from Target. I feel like this was $20 or so. They have it in a ton of different shades. It's basically just like a lovely spandexy cotton nightgown. It is so comfy. It's so breathable. I just really love it. I really want to get more of these, even though I don't think I need them. I might want to get just one more. But again, super affordable, super comfortable. I've just been really in love with it, and I can't stop wearing it. I wear it pretty much every night, and I just am obsessed. Just am obsessed. The last thing that I have for you guys is a book. I have been a reading fiend this summer. I am maximizing on the fact that I get to read whatever I want and have tons of time to read it, and I have a comic book that I would like to share with you, and this is going to be really kind of weird, but we're going to do it. I have been wanting to, for years, read the Walking Dead comic book series. You may not know this, but I am a huge Walking Dead fan. I just love it. I watch The Talking Dead. Ben and I are really obsessed, and they reference the comic book series quite a bit. They are both really different, and something I really love is when TV shows start out like a book and the book series, but then they take their own path from the book series, because that way you get to have two awesome versions of something you like. Pretty Little Liars did that. I really loved that about Pretty Little Liars. There have been a few other ones that I can't think of right now, but The Walking Dead is like that. So this giant book that I picked up from the library is the Compendium 1. They essentially, because this comic book series is long gone, they took the first 48 comic books and put them into this one volume, and then they put volume or comics number 49 to 96 in a second volume. And I have been going through and reading this. I will show you guys just like what it looks like. Now, you might be thinking, you don't strike me as a comic book person, but I am not like heavy into comic books or heavy into manga, but I have read selections from both. These are really easy to read. They do require you to pay attention. It's not as simple as like looking at pictures. This is just really awesome because it is really different, and it's a lot darker than the TV show, which I was really surprised by because the TV show is pretty dark. But this is just awesome. You can definitely tell where the inspiration was pulled from. It's really enjoyable to read, and it kind of fills my Walking Dead hole in my heart right now because the show has been off for a few months, and this has just been really enjoyable to read, and it's different from reading any other kind of book, just because you get the element of illustrations that are really nicely done and also kind of graphic with the really rich conversations and text happening in here. So yes, it seems weird. Yes, I cannot help myself. I'm a Walking Dead person, and if you're somebody who likes the TV show and hasn't read the comic series, I would totally recommend it because they're similar but also really different, so it can be a really cool look at characters and a different insight into characters that maybe were killed off really early in the TV series but are still very much alive in the comics, or they weren't necessarily portrayed in the exact same way, and now you're going to get more insight into them. Okay, I am done geeking out on you. So that's it for me for July. I would love to hear from you guys what you're loving, you know, what you did this month, how you celebrated the 4th of July, any of those things, or any kind of products you've been loving, and also any book recommendations. For some more book recommendations, and you guys gave me some great ones last summer. So I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.